We decided to do trees a few years back, and it's worked out very well. But like most farming projects, it takes a lot of work and a lot of time. We're only a two-person operation, and like most of your kids have gone to college and they're not back on the farm. So is ours. They're not back on the farm either. I think growing up around the Pacific Northwest, seeing the trees, and we were looking for something that would apply to Hawaii. And so we did our research, and we brought in 200 seedlings. And from there, we put them in the greenhouse first, and then we outplanted, and we've been selling trees now as a U-cut. And so we have the same families that have been coming, and we do advertise in the paper. We do have a website. We use organic fertilizer, and we do spray for fungicide, because in Mountain View it's pretty wet. We are growing Leyland cypress. Now, across the United States, down south, it's a subtropical tree. They have thousands of acres of Leyland cypress growing stateside. Georgia, Alabama. You can grow 700 trees an acre, but we're only doing 500. And currently, I have over almost 3 acres planted. I manually trim, but if you get into real big production, you can get an automatic trimmer and trim a tree in a couple minutes. But we're not at that point yet.
What elevation are you?
What elevation?
Yeah.
One end is at 1,500, the other end is at 18. The reason why we sell these trees, they love water, and it rains in East Hawaii. We do have 4-inch starters and 1-gallon starters.
Thank you for being willing to share, Luana. We also have Angela and Gideon here from their Christmas tree farm in Waimanalo.
Hi, so we started about 3 years ago. 3 years ago. So we are very much in the beginning stage. We have about 500 trees in the ground. We have Norfolks and Leyland cypress. Basically, it's my husband and I that do all the work, and it's not as labor intensive as we thought it would be, but mostly because we're going organic, we do have a lot of problems with weed control. And for ours, so we only have 9 acres, so we had a limit on space. So normally I went to a Christmas tree convention in California and visited about 5 farms, which was very, very informative. So they were telling us to space it about 6 feet apart and then 10-foot rows, but we did 4 feet apart and with 10-foot rows. 10 foot in between the rows. And our trees are touching, but for our limited amount of space, it doesn't seem to affect the growing of the shape-wise. Luckily, so far, because we're on Oahu and Waimanalo up against the mountains, we have not had a big problem with bug infestation. One of our ideas is to actually have potted Christmas trees, and you can rent them. So churches that take 10, 12-foot trees, instead of cutting them down, take them to their church. They usually pay people to decorate them too, and then bring them back to the farm, take care of them for the rest of the year for them.
Do you use an organically approved fungicide?
I do not need to use anything so far. We've been very lucky.
Have you noticed any browning?
No.
Oh, well,
yes.
How many inches do you get per year?
So our first year we planted, we actually had a drought, so I did have to hand water. And this year we've had a lot of rain, and I haven't noticed any problems yet, but we've had other issues with our property, like erosion and, the weeds are out of control. The Norfolks, yeah. We got genetically engineered ones, so their limbs are perfect. And when we decorate them, they're so cute. They do not hold heavy ornaments, so we did have to dispose some of our heavier ball ornaments. But as far, we're really trying to market organic, natural decorations, and it seems to be doing well. So this year we're going to sell about 500 trees off our lot, yeah. So we had 9 acres of unusable land, and it took us over a year to clear it. So we're still, and it did actually help us to start small, because there's actually things we changed about the layout of how we wanted to plant. So like the trees I originally planted are new batches. I'm definitely planting them a different way, different direction from the rainfall. There's just things that you figure out along the way. So I'm glad I didn't try to put, 3,000 little seedlings in the ground at one time.
Thank you so much. Isn't that helpful?